My name is Patrick and I'm the host of Gentleman's World. So welcome to Gentleman's World. I like to share the whole experience with Fisker, the upside downs, all the shady side, the cool side. Everything I experienced within the last 8 months driving that car. Have a seat, fasten your seat belt, and let's go together with myself to this exciting, or maybe not exciting journey I had with Fisker, which I like to share in that video. We talk about all the bad sides, poor sides, the service issues, and how I'm feeling as an owner looking forward if they may be going to bankrupt, how things are going forward, and most importantly, does this car is a yes or no? Do I recommend it or not? As promised, let's start with the journey, or should I say odyssey, I had with the Fisker Ocean One. Let's start with the mechanical problems. And we are already on the right spot here, because I had an issue that the doggy window's been leaking. So water was dripping into the car, and this needed to get fixed. Another issue I had been that my air vents haven't been working. Yeah, the next issue I had is that the doors haven't been opened or closed in wintertime. They've been frozen and it was snow and I couldn't open the doors anymore. Another thing I had was, and I think everybody of you is aware of, the 12-volt battery died. Yeah, all this together was replaced by Fisker, was fixed, so there's no mechanical issue anymore. Anyhow, my car was 3 times in the garage. The first time was because they haven't been able to do an auto update. It was not applicable during the time I picked up the car, end of June, beginning of July. So they needed to take it in for 1 week. Then also my car needed to get towed away due to the fact that my 12-watt battery was dying. It took them 2 weeks to replace everything and get my car back. By the way, when they towed away my car, they damaged also the bodyworks, and this needed to be fixed by Fisker, which they done in December, and that's why I was my car 6 weeks with them. It took them so long because they didn't have the spare times, yeah, and of course it was Christmas time, but anyhow, in total my car was 8 weeks for more or less manual issues in the garage on site with Fisker. Okay, so as I said, Fisker fixed all my stuff and everything is fine now, which I really appreciate they done it, yeah. But anyhow, I like to share also stuff I really don't like with the car. There's a couple of things I mentioned already in a previous video, but there are a couple of more I like to tell you, yeah. So don't miss out, you to like and subscribe my channel, watch the other videos, helps me that I get pushed through to YouTube, and it helps you that I can generate much more content for you, yeah. So anyhow, coming back to the topic, what I like to say, one of the really annoying things is that the sprinkling system, yeah, the washer fluid is freezing in winter times. There is not a heating system, and that's pretty annoying because I put in anti-freezing liquid into it, but if it gets 1 degree less than that, it's freezing in, and predominantly you can't, you know, like clean your front window anymore. They just stuck. I have given also this feedback to Fisker, and like in many times they said, yeah, you as a user, you should do it right. But honestly speaking, something like that, we are not in the 60s anymore. We in 2024, that should be a standard with any single car. Another thing which I really don't like with the Fisker is my heating is predominantly not working. That's, I don't know why. I have a Fisker Ocean One was sitting in a lot of extremes. Fisker learning out of their mistakes. There the seat heating is very warm and it's really good. And also they build, like they see the experience and the car gets made short. But with the One, I have the issue that it's not really getting warm from the seats. Another thing which I think is not good is that the splashes on the back camera, you have a lot of dirt on it. And then while you're parking, you don't really see the distance and anything. And also the sensors at the moment, due to the fact that the software is not up to date, working not accurate. You don't see anything. I also claimed it to Fisker and said, why are you not changing this, especially for the next builds? And it's referred to other manufacturers also don't have any cleaning system, or it's just an assistance system. Yeah, but the car itself is very junky. You don't have big windows where you have a great overview about everything. Therefore, you are dependent on these assistance systems. And I have to say it's a poor, how you said it in English, explanation to you as a customer that they're saying, oh, it's just an assistance system. You should be able to drive the car. So that's something which is really frustrating me. I need to say, that could be better. Also in especially winter times, yeah, we don't have any cleaning system for the front lights, yeah. And as you can see, for example, if there will be heavy snowfall, they will be covered by snow. And it will be, for example, also, like icing on it. You don't get rid of it. You don't like to scratch then the whole, the paintings, yeah. So this is also something where you're a little bit like having an issue with. Yeah, I would not rate this too big because just happened once to me when we have heavy snowfall, and I still have seen enough, but it's something. Something else which I need to say, it's fully made on design. As you can see in my previous intakes, the car was very clean. Now we drove it, and as you can see now, the dirt comes from the wheels on the side and covering the whole side. So you have here, when you're going through a dirty, dusty road, you get a little bit more dirtier, which you don't normally have, yeah. And also I show you something on the inside which is problematic, but therefore we like to drive. I show you, like how less view you're having on the left-hand side, because due to this globy, chunky side upwards thing here, you don't have a good view on the left-hand side when you're driving, for example, in a roundabout, also with this chunky, clumpy rear view mirrors. Which, by the way, in the US, they are more tinier. It's a little bit like an EU issue, because in the EU, they like to have this truck, yeah, rear view mirrors. So you don't see too much from the road, so you need to adjust a little bit like the seat. But I show you also here a picture about. And everybody, and didn't like to focus too much on that, but know this issue. This key fob is just rubbish. It's not working, and this relates me a little bit like to the next issues we're having with the car is the software. Yeah. Also, look on the date now. The video is published. There was a big promise about, hey, you're getting a 2.0 update in February. Now we're in the middle of March. I didn't get any updates so far. I see on social media that a couple of people got it and things are changed. Yeah, for example, there's like an one pedal drive, and they also had a little bit like changed something from that you see the kilometer, the measurement of the kilometer systems, and here bits and pieces, yeah, but I didn't get it. So this is a little bit like also the frustrating stuff with and Fisker. A lot of stuff which is promised is always postponed into the future. We as Fisker Ocean One owners, due to the fact that we paid also hell lot of money for a car, we didn't get any, special rates like 1.99 finance rates, or after the car was published, there was like a 10K discount, yeah. So people said to us, okay, you're getting, for example, a gift card with $1,000. I still didn't receive it. So as I said, a lot of things are postponed in the future. What is really annoying, the most annoying things for me with the software is, beside all this blinking and leaking, yeah, especially when the car stands still like 1.5 days, yeah, 1.5 days. You get a freaking big battery drain, which goes up to 5% today. Then always also this nice mirrors here folding out overnight. I don't know what's the issue is, yeah. You have region braking issues. So a lot of things, you know, like are disappearing. So it seems to be that the car is also not going to sleep by night, yeah, which I can show you with a picture, as you can see here, because the screen, as you can see, is still illuminated. So that's a little bit like really annoying, yeah, that you're having this software issues and bugs, and also then failure of front cameras, collision warning consistently popping up. So I'm desperately waiting for the 2.0. Don't like to highlight too much on software, because there's also a big increase already from Fisker. They did a better job there, but anyhow, I'm driving this car already for a long time, and I think for everybody driving a Fisker as long as I do, maybe not now when you buy one, you need to be very patient. Yeah, you need to have a lot of patience with the company, and quite often when you recommend something, they tell you this is your issue. I would not say it's your issue, but you know, like, we're working on that. We know this issue. It's not fixable at the moment. Promise in the future, wait for the software update, and so on. Yeah, and so I have an understanding, because I'm an early adapter with a lot of stuff. I love things, but sometimes I lose also a little bit like my patience. So how would I rate, you know, Fisker as a company servicing your customers? Yeah, on the one hand side, there's nothing to complain, as I said previously. All the physically stuff on the car is fixed, and they did it. It took a while, I need to say. For me, it's too long. On the other hand side, they have given me a loaner car, which I really appreciated. Yeah, I think most of the people are passionate about their brand, but you see also a little bit like concerns already in their self. Yeah, I need to say, not everybody. The technicians, this is a wonderful business model, and I say this often. We have a beautiful, good technician. The issue with the technician is if there are significant problems, yeah, for example, the air vents now, yeah, which is still not 100% fixed on my car, yeah, he can't fix it on site. He can help you with software issue and stuff like that, and when you're stuck, he is the first level support, really good. And this is, we have a great guy, Weasel again, I just can say you're the greatest guy ever. But anyhow, it's not so good. What I also don't like is a lot of messages coming through from Fisker, which relates me for customer service. Yeah. So for example, the promises in the future, I said already, they have given us promises to give us gift cards and so on. Didn't receive that yet. So the question is, when do we receive that? Yeah. It's the same with the software update. Yeah. They said to me, Patrick, you have some issues. We know that. Wait for the next software update. It should come in February. Now we have March, still not there. Yeah, that's something which I rate as a bad service, I need to say. Yeah. Also that, for example, with the sprinklers, yeah, you are not intelligent enough to maintenance that right. Yeah, that's not a good, you know, like, yeah, how they speak to you. The same with the back rear camera when you park. It's just no system topic. Yeah, for 75,000 K. Can't I expect that these basics are working? And I'm not too stupid to drive. I drive already for 25 years cars, yeah? And big cars, small cars, sports cars, yeah? So, you know, like, I'm not an idiot, but I can expect that this works. So how would I rate Fisker? I think that the whole management needs to wake up, understand especially that we as Fisker Ocean One owners support us from the first day. I paid like 1.5 years or 1 year before I got my car, 5K within 7 days, with all the promises they have given. I'm supporter from the first day. There's no doubt about I love this car, but I think they could do a better service. They should do a better service. They should support you as a customer. They should be quicker in their answers. I see it in forums that they have a lot of, you know, like issues that you can reach out to the guys. And that should be prior one also from the management. Fix the software and get back on speed with service. You guys maybe asked yourself the question, Patrick is talking about just problems, but in his other videos he was very ambitious about the car. Have there never been a progress from Fisker? Yes, there was a progress also from the software. As I said, all my quality build issues are more or less fixed now. The air vents are still not working, and there are a couple of tiny stuff which I'm also not happy about. Anyhow, I'd just like to talk about progress now. The software also slightly developed. Yeah? In some of my videos I said when you've been braking, the regen was actually falling out and the car wasn't braking and it was jumping. That is now solved with a software update. Also when you were standing on the hill, you've been rolling backwards. That was very dangerous when there was a big, like hill you went up, because the car is very, very heavy. So now you have like 3 seconds that you can go from the brake to accelerate, and it holds. It's not perfect, but it's fit. And also the system itself is a little bit more stabilized. Should these things be there from the beginning? Yes, but at least I'd like to say there was a tiny progress. A lot of things function are still postponed in the future. For example, pre-air conditioning, especially in winter, would be cool if your car would be warm. They don't mention it anywhere in the updates anymore. Torque vectoring is not there. The other system is not there. So all this stuff is predominantly not there, which they promised to have. So what about the good things about the Fisker? I'd like to show you that in the car. Let's have a ride. Come on. That's the fun side of the car. Push down the pedal and get it go. Oh my god, that's so cool and lovely. Ooh, and I tell you how it lies on the street, how this car is street and how this car is set up. That's just amazing and a pleasure and makes absolutely fun to drive. That's so really cool. That's again super built, nicely done, very, very good. A very nice thing, and this is always astounding myself, is the design of the car. This beautiful build, I have to say, that's just fantastic. If you look on that car, like from the outside in the inside, the quality is good. Everything is fine, I need to say. You don't feel that you are sitting in a cheap car. Of course, some of the stuff could be not only plastic, but okay, it's subtlety with it. But I have to say, the design itself is even after 8 months. I just love the car from the design point of view. One of the really cool things, and there you see also why Henrik Fisker is, as a designer, quite a genius, I need to say, is that he took his experience he had with sports car and put it into a crossover SUV as the Fisker Ocean is. Because when you sit in that car, you have this tiny windows, this chunkiness around you, gives you the impression that you are in a very quick sports car. But you're an SUV, you sit high and you have a lot of space, room, which you feel also in the car, also you're not squeezed in too much within the seatings and stuff like that. They're comfortable. And the impression why driving this car is for you something totally unique. Remember when I was driving the Enyaq on this channel, I said that feels like a standardized car. And that's why this design is so different and so good. So that's something really I need to say, it's unbelievable good. After all the good stuff I showed you with the car, I also like to talk about the situation Fisker is at the moment. And again, everything is my opinion and this is my experience with Fisker. This is what I like to highlight here. Anyhow, as you heard, they had an earnings call, and during the earning call, they said they're going out of business maybe in the next 2 months, or there is a high risk that they're not surviving, and they go bankrupt. They're seeking for OEM, but it's actually something you don't like to hear as an owner. Because the issue is, and as I said in the video, we have anyhow already issues with the service and stuff like that. So whom is surfing the car? Yeah, the car is not finished yet. Yeah, all the stuff they promised is still not there. The other system, as I was saying, a lot of function not there. So what happened when Fisker is going out of business and they don't find an investor as they published? And the next thing is, can we believe that negotiating with an OEM due to the fact that I was saying that they always consistently postponed everything in the future? Maybe they just like to buy time at the moment. Yeah, it would be for me a super big pity if they would, because I think they had such a good idea. As I said, the car is so lovely itself, from the build quality. The software is just shit. Sorry for saying. And if this would be a deal breaker for them, because they can't fix it and they need to go out of business like that, that's a pity, I need to say. And that leads me then to the next question, which I like to answer. Can I recommend this car, yes or not? And I have to say, this is one of the biggest, hardest questions I need to answer. On the one hand side, as I said, driving is so lovely, the comfort, the speed, the power, how you're feeling in the car. But with the software bugs and all the annoying factors around and the uncertainties, yeah, the concerns, it's really hard. And to say yes or no would be also quite unfair against the company yet. I think after that video, you guys can decide by your own if you like to buy one or if you don't like to buy one. And guys, this journey is not over yet. I keep you in the loop how things keep on going with Fisker, with my experience with them, with the car. And if you like to bridge the time till to my next video, I would recommend to look into another video of mine. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You're the coolest guys. And I hope you appreciate the information I published with you. I wish you a wonderful day. See you next time. Cheers. Bye bye.